Hey everyone, this is my second entry for this series. The first episode, the first vlog that I created, was 8 steps on how to create your own concept store. For today's vlog, this will be about conceptualizing. Nasa planning stage tayo, so this is step 1 siya na, in a sense, the things that you have to do before taking actions of, sa lahat ng plano. So parang, let's create your blueprint, ganon. So I have my código here, para I don't miss anything. Today, let's talk about how to conceptualize your concept store. So I'll be sharing with you 4 things in conceptualizing. Hey everybody, as I'm editing this vlog, I realized it wasn't just 4, it's actually 5 things here that I'll be sharing with you. These things are very important kasi it would be a lot more smooth sailing once na-figure out mo na tong mga bagay na to before you really dive in sa business. The first one is figure out what kind of concept store would you like to be. So, who do you want to serve? Sa first na step na to, you have to figure out, are my market are students ba, or are they young entrepreneurs, or you have to know anong klaseng concept store ka. Do you sell mixed local items, or is it different brands per established brands, or high fashion ba? There are different kinds of concept stores, so I'm just gonna share with you a few. Let's say, for example, I'm just gonna show it's a screen yun na lang. Okay, so here it is. Those are some examples of concept stores here in the Philippines that you can, use as an inspiration. But for me, insight ko lang personally, it's not good to create a concept store that sell generic brands. Isa yun sa mga mali na ginawa namin nung dati kasi it would look a lot more better. It would be better if lahat ng mga brands that you work with are established, not necessarily established in a sense that they've been doing the business for a long time, but alam niyo yung parang they are known in the market as eto sila na brand. Let me explain it this way. If you're looking for an item, they're the only person that you can go to get that specific item. Gets nyo? Kasi there are other we've experienced brand partners who they have their store, they have different stores around, and pero alam mo yung pagdating nila sa store, the things that they'll be displaying are random items. So that's what I call generic. They're good. Actually, those kind of products, malalaki, matataas ang sales nila kasi I think somehow masa siya and a lot of people are looking for the products that they're selling. But it's just that for me, hindi siya ideal. These are just my realizations now. Based on the experience talaga. Hindi siya ideal, especially if your aim is to have yung, alam niyo yung, kung gusto mong malinis siyang tignan, kasi pag generic yung mga brands, magulo siya tignan. Pag nakapag-display na-display na yung mga products, it looks messy. Unlike na, if let's say, for example, they're just one brand, they're just selling their own brand. Makikita mo, let's say, ang mga packaging nila na based sa brand talaga nila. Those kind of brands, those are for me, those are the ideal brands to work with compared sa mga generic. Another example that I can give pa is, alam niyo yung usually nakikita niyo sa mga online. I think I'm just gonna show 2 different things here. So, ito siya generic, ito siya established, alone na brand. So, I think you'll be able to compare. This one, they're selling multiple items, different items, sobrang random, compared to this one that they have their own brand and they're sticking to whatever it is, the product that they're selling. For me, yun ang pinaka-ideal talaga na client to work with. Kasi even if they're just starting out, they will really gain traction eventually, because the good thing about concept stores is, alam niyo, parang naglagay ka ng maraming brands sa isang place, and each of the brands, they have their own following, and those people na nagsusupport sa mga brands na yun, they will be introduced to other brands inside the concept store. So, yun yung maganda sa kanya.
My point here is choose a brand partner na sa kanila talaga yung brand, not just a distributor or resellers. Distributors or resellers, they're okay, but as long as they're selling specific items lang or preferably yung brand lang na nire-resell nila, not multiple brands because you're already a concept store and you are already selling a multiple multiple brands. And if para ka na ding naglagay ng concept store sa loob ng concept store mo if you allow those kinds of brand partners. That's why it would be better na maghanap ka ng brand partners na sa kanila talaga yung brand na binebenta nila so that later on you don't have to deal with conflicts then in the future kasi there will be, if you allow resellers to sell sa loob ng store, if you have multiple resellers na brand partners, it's possible na yung product na ibebenta nila is magiging available din sa ibang brand partners which will cause conflict. So, yun siya.
Even though the brand is just starting, I think they're a lot more promising compared sa mga generic. I mean, generic is good, pero let's say if generic, if that's the concept that you have in mind, I think that's not a problem. But let's say you want to have this brand na okay, so these are the only things that we are selling, the only brands that we are serving, parang ganon. Kasi pag generic kasi sobrang random niya. Pero I think ang advantage naman nun is very masa. So I think that's my take. So another thing for us sa Sirsha before, what happened was we are serving multiple brands. And the thing is, mixed sila. There are brand partners na they have their own brand and we do have brand partners na generic items ang binebenta nila. And napansin din namin, most conflicts comes with generic items. Like parang, hala, itong si brand partner 1, meron ding binebentang ganito si brand partner 2, ganon. So, may time na nagka-conflict, nagkaka-cause siya ng conflict. Unlike na, let's say, for example, ito swimwear brand, and then ito shirt brand. So, I mean, I don't think they'll be competing with each other because they're different brands, right?
Also guys, you have to remember here na you can sell, when it comes to clothes, ang daming mga online sellers ngayon out there na established na yung brand nila. And I think it would be better to go for them. Like, let's say, for example, may mga brand na they're known for streetwear, may mga brand na they're known for dresses, or may mga brand na they're known for this kind of damit. So, mas better talaga if you go for those kind of brand partners. Hindi ibig sabihin na dapat isa lang yung damit, isa lang yung swimwear. No, it's not necessarily like that. Ang point lang is dapat yung brand na kinukuha mo is they have a brand. Yun yung point. Like, they're known for something, not just random paninda. So, yun siya.
Next one is create a brand around your concept. So, you have to choose the colors that you want. You have to imagine. You have to play, imagining here, like, kailangan mong mag-daydream, girl. So, or boy, whatever your gender is, if you're planning to have a concept store. But yeah, you have to picture it out. If how your store would look like, dapat isasama mo siya sa brand mo. So, you have to pick colors. So, ito dapat yung mga main colors mo. And you have to stay consistent with that color because you're creating a brand. And next, you have to create templates for your marketing materials. So, I think the perfect tool to use is Canva. That's one thing that you can use. Kasi meron namang free sa Canva, so you can always try, playing with Canva. And you can create a lot of mga templates na that you can use for marketing that you can consistently, parang change mo na lang every time you post. And next is yung design ng store mo, you have to make it fit sa brand mo. So, that's another thing. And also, you have to figure out what logo you have, what logo you want to have sa store mo. So, like name lang ba ng brand mo or like whatever it is. So, yun siya. So, you have to create your brand. So, parang uniform. You have to make it uniform. Lahat. You'll notice this sa mga big brands. They are always consistent with whatever it is na makikita mo mapa packaging pa man nila, alam mo yun. So that's what you have to aim for. For us, based on my experience, we were able to do this, but not consistently. Sa colors, we were always pink. For design ng store, I think somehow we're around 80% sa creating a brand. It's just that pagdating lang sa, yun nga, ang ganda ng store, pero pag-acquire ng brand partners, since sobrang dami nga namin, as I said sa previous ko na vlog, sobrang dami naming brand partners, which is really, hindi talaga siya ideal. Kaya mahirap pag ganun. Kasi nga, pag sobrang dami mong modules and you look for a lot of brand partners, you have to deal with a lot of people. And not just that, kasi syempre, you're aiming na dapat mapuno yung module mo. So parang, okay, sige, tatanggapin ko na lang tong brand partner to, even though they're not exactly the client that you would like to serve. So, alam mo yun. Doon kami na part, hindi kami nakapag-specify. Parang we were just, accepting anyone na interesadong pumasok sa concept store namin. So, yun siya. So, lesson learned, I think it would be better to just, look for, have a few modules lang. But of course, you have to aim na may earning pa din. Kabale, magkocosting ka talaga, like ilang modules ang kailangan mo, how much your how much ang operations mo, how much it will cost you, and everything. And then, dun ka magbe-base sa pricing mo sa modules mo. And you think, okay, if this is ito, you have to figure out, okay, so I have to look for like 10 brand partners or 10 brand partners para mag-break even ako. And then, if pumasok na ako sa 15 brand partners, okay, meron na akong kikitain, ganyan. So, it's really up to you. So, you have to figure that out as well. Kasi it's very important kaysa naman na sobrang random lang ng paglagay mo ng modules, eto, sige, magkano to, eto lang ang presyo ko. So, pagdating ng pagbayaran, so, alam mo, it's difficult na maging lost ka sa finances. Pero, let's just add that later, okay? Next is, number 3, interior design. So, you have to figure out, yun nga, same sa store, you have to figure out yung brand, you have the interior design of your store, it has to fit with a brand. For me, I suggest na you have to add a lot of lights sa store. I'm not sure if you have noticed, but if you go to the mall, alam mo yung pumapunta ka sa mga random na mga store, ang daming ilaw, especially with apparel stores and mga health and beauty products, kasi it helps them highlight yung mga products nila. And also, pag sa clothing naman, once you try and nakikita mo sarili mo sa mirror, you feel like, okay, so this is really good for me. I mean, I look good kasi the lighting helps. So, I think best investment talaga bumili kayo ng lighting. I think kasi sa kahit naman na, let's say, if you go for a rustic kind of space, kahit na hindi masyadong ma-effort yung mga construction, pero ang ganda ng lighting mo, winner na yon. Promise. Lighting is your best friend. So, yun. Kasi nga, I think, I noticed when it comes to businesses kasi, it's very important na Instagrammable ang business mo because people will really visit you. Ang ganda doon. Ganon. So, lights is your best friend here. The facade of your store, it has to look welcoming. So, meaning, it has to be bright, that parang the entrance has to be, like parang, it's attractive. Like people will really want to come in your store kasi, oh my God, what's in there? Ganon. So you have to make it welcoming. Parang, I don't know how you will do that, but I think for me, having a bright na store, that will really help because that lights gets attention. And next is you have to figure out the flow of your store. So, ito, isa sa mga mistake din namin when we created the store. Kasi, dito ang door, andyan ang another door, tapos andito ang cashier namin. And then, I realized, I think it would be better na yung cashier, it's near the entrance or exit. Kasi, at least once na they're finished purchasing, kasi ganyan, usually sa mga sa mga stores na grocery stores or pharmacy, I'm not sure if you've noticed, yung entrance, yung cashier nila, it's usually close to the entrance area kasi once they're done purchasing, they can just go out. But for us as a concept store, of course you can put it inside, but you have to make sure that everything is visible because you don't know, may mga malilikot ang kamay, and you have to make sure na they're not doing something else. We've seen that happen before, so I think it would be better na the flow of your store, yung tipong where people will go, kasi you have the control over that eh. It really depends on how you place things. So you have to figure out what's the best flow na less ang theft. People won't hindi sila nagbabanggaan. They don't have to like go to one from one place to another. Like let's say for example, hindi ka nag-categorize ng aisle and you put meron kang brand partner na nandito sa aisle na to na may mga cosmetics, tapos sa pinakadulo na aisle may cosmetics din. So I think that is messy kasi what if they're looking for they're comparing one with both brands, and they have to like go from this module to another module, and I think it will just it's risky. And I think you've noticed naman, if you go sa mga department store, they have different departments for clothes, for women, for men. Kahit sa clothing ng women, meron pang mga accessories dito na part. So, you have to make sure na arrange talaga siya. Because if it's so random, it's difficult. Hindi mo talaga siya it would be difficult to control. Especially, like, let's say you're just starting and you don't want to hire a lot of people and you're not seeing everything that's happening. That would be really difficult. Even though meron ka pang CCTV, it won't like guarantee. Okay lang sana kung meron kang 24-hour na watcher sa CCTV mo, then that's good. But if wala, the only time na makikita mo sa CCTV na may crime na nangyari is when you caught someone and then you just want to review it. So I think it would be better na make it a point na dapat yung flow, yung itsura ng store mo, it's visible to the eye, people can see what's happening, like, dapat ganon. I think you're getting my point here naman. So, yun siya. And also, next is visual merchandise. So, visual merchandising. So, this is, I'm not sure if you've noticed sa mga department store or sa mga big brands, big store na there are yung mga tawag na to, yung mga design sa labas, yung mga mannequins, how they put it, yung mga ganon, yun yung visual merchandising, guys. And also, not just that, yung mga tipong, when it comes to putting products sa mga shelves, like, it's not just random na, okay, dito sa shelf na to, ito na product, hindi siya random. You have to figure out na, dapat yung sa visible, yung sa may eye level, yun yung mga expensive products dapat. Tapos yung mga high selling, yun yung nasa baba. Kasi you have to figure out, kasi marketing din siya, you have to figure out na paano mo sila ma-convince without doing so much based na lang sa pag-display mo ng item. So, that's another thing. So, I think there are a lot of things that you can learn about the visual merchandising. You can just search it on YouTube as well. But I'm not exactly an expert, but these are just based on my experience. Number 4, simple system for operation. So, eto siya, I'm just saying simple system kasi you can figure this one out later on kasi it's progressive. You just have to write down everything first kasi nga you're just conceptualizing pa nga, diba? So, I think it's very important na alam mo yun, yung parang you're already imagining how your store is operating kasi if you're trying to figure it out as you operate, it would be chaotic. So, it's better to figure it out in advance. I think this is one of the mistakes that we've made kasi we did not really plan this one out. Parang we were just winging it during the time we had a store. I mean, of course, nagkaroon naman kami ng planning pero hindi siya yung tipong thorough. ngayon iniisip ko talaga like ang dami kong changes na gagawin if I'm given a chance to like to have another concept store in the future. Like ang dami ko kasi talagang mali the first time, and I know what are the mistakes that I made, and I think there are a lot of things that I will make right. Alam mo yun? Like, promise guys. One of the things that you can work on here is the onboarding process. This onboarding process is both for your staff and your brand partners. So you have to figure out what will happen once they join. Ano yung mga kailangan nila? Will you be giving them like parang welcome kit, whatsoever? It really depends on you. I think that's one of the concept that we wanted before. We wanted to give welcome kit. Not just a welcome kit na parang freebie, but it's like, alam mo yan, parang meron silang manual that they can read, the things that they'll be expecting, ganun. I think that's one of the things that we missed. Like, what are the things that they have to do for your staff? What are your expectations for them when it comes to, like, so work, like, you have to train them, lahat, you have to figure out that. Not just onboarding process when you launch, but also onboarding process during that time that you're operating. Because hindi naman siya pareho. For example, there's a brand partner who wants to join your concept store and you're already operating. What's the difference sa pag-onboard niya now? So you have to figure that one out. I don't think there's much difference about that. Pero siguro ang difference lang is yung egress and ingress. Like, I'm not sure if you know what that mean. I'm not sure if you know what ingress or egress is, but it's, yung parang mapapasok or maglalabas ka ng mga products sa loob ng store. So, dapat may proseso yun because you don't want to lose, you have to pay for lost inventory. So, you have to make sure na strict kayo sa mga ganung bagay. That's why you have to figure it out because konting mali lang that will really cost you money. So, it's better to be prepared. Okay? I think that's it for the onboarding process. But just think through it. Ano ang tingin mo na kakailanganin mo sa pag-onboard mo ng bagong client, bagong brand partner, and ng bagong staff? Next is managing your staff. Not just not just the onboarding, but on how you manage the staff and how you manage the store itself. Like you have to write that down. Simple lang because you're still imagining now, but later on mafi-figure out mo din siya. At least you have it in writing, and then once you review it and then meron kang changes, you can always add something there. Ano pa ba? Managing inventory. I think this is part of operations. How will you manage the inventory? Do you have like a monthly inventory na counting? Or are you closed every like the first Sunday of the month para gumawa ng inventory? So you have to figure that one out. I think dun kami nagkaroon ng major problems sa inventory before. I paid a lot of money sa inventory lang. I think because marami kaming mali sa counting. Isa yun sa mga bagay na gusto ko talagang i-fix given a chance to have a new concept store. Kasi, trust me, I paid a lot of money just for the inventory na I don't know what happened. I don't know where they've flown or I don't know kung saan sila pumunta. Like, just, it's, for me, masakit yun kasi malaking pera talaga siya. So, that's why you have to make sure na meron kang process on how you can check the inventory na you're not losing money because it's, masakit siya.
Next is the offboarding process. So actually this was already recorded, but I don't think I was making sense. That's why I'm just gonna do this as an audio. So as for the offboarding process, this is very important because this will help you prepare in advance if kailangan mong maghanap ng replacement for the brand partner who's not planning to continue with his or her contract. So I think it's part of the contract template that I have shared with my previous vlog. Makikita nyo doon na they are given 2 months. They have to inform us if extend ba sila, if magre-renew ba sila ng contract, and if not, then we'll look for a brand partner that will replace them, and if they will continue lang. Kasi ibang processes. So let's say for example, if they decide not to continue, so dapat after 2 months, we'll be preparing their items, inventory yon for the final inventory, and then we'll give them the product. So ano yung process ng egress doon? So like meron tayong storage period because there are some brand partners talaga na they're not taking out their product, and remember na storage is very important sa concept store, and if things are taking space, it's I don't think it's good. That's why you have to remember that as well.
And next is marketing activities. So you have to like set your calendar. So let's say tapos na yung planning mo, you have to set your calendar then as well. Like, okay, how often should I do my marketing routine? What other events or activities what other events or activities can we do to make sure na okay yung store, we're active, people are noticing us, people knows that we exist. So kailangan 'yan. You have to just set it na sa kalendaryo na dapat, kasi if it's not on the calendar, it won't happen. So you have to, set it on the calendar, put notifications there to remind you 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month before para lahat prepared. So that's one of the things that you have to figure out. So the last thing is yun nga, I think I mentioned a few of it, yung finances. You have to do costing sa concept store, sa ano yung budget mo, how much ang rent, magkano kaya ang modules mo. So you have to figure out para hindi ka malulugi, because remember, the money will come from the brand partner. So no matter how much your brand partners are earning, if you're not earning enough, I don't think you'll be able to sustain the store. So you have to figure that one out. So, yun lang naman siya, guys. I'm sorry, I'm a bit in a hurry now because my camera is about to die. So, yun siya. So, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment down below. These are the few things that you have to figure out in conceptualizing your idea sa yung magiging concept store. So, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next video. Bye!